Saune Jai Jinendra. Welcome to Vanik Council Befriending Service Program event. Our first speaker tonight is Manar Bhai Mehta, Chairman of Vanik Council UK. Manar Bhai, the platform is yours.
Jai Jinendra, Jai Shri Krishna. Welcome to the program introducing the Vanik Council's new service for our community. It is my privilege this evening to welcome our guest speaker, Councillor Krupesh Hirani, Member of London Assembly representing Kenton and Harrow. My warm welcome to community leaders Dr. Natubhai Shah, Jain Network, Dilip Bhai Mitani, Navnat Vanik Association, and Neeraj Bhai Sutaria, Mahavir Foundation. Neeraj Bhai Shah of Oswal Association could not join us this evening. I extend my welcome to the speakers this evening, Anna Claridge, Befriending Network, Christine Wellington, CVS Brent, Datta Ben Shah, Dhruti Ben Shah, Smita Ben Shah, and Chandrakant Bhai Shah. They have great knowledge of befriending and will tell us how important this service is to the community. The purpose of Vanik Councils is to provide services directed to benefit the whole community in the UK. To that end, our latest project is called Befriending Services. Literally, befriending means making friends. A friendly talk over the phone or a short personal visit is all it takes to befriend someone who is isolated or lonely. This week is Befriending Week. Today is its last day. We are here together to know what Vanik Council's plans are for befriending in this community. My heartiest welcome to all of you who found time to join us this evening. To start with, I will give you some more information about the background to this project, its aims, progress to date, and how the befriending service will work.
Namaste. Wishing everyone a very happy Diwali festival. I'll be performing a short Kathak dance about the festival of Kartik Purnima. Kartik Purnima is the full moon night of the Kartik month, and Kartik month is the month in which Diwali falls. Kartik Purnima, also known as Dev Diwali, is one of the festivals associated with Diwali. Sikhs, Jains and Hindus all celebrate this Kartik Purnima, and this dance has a verse about why Hindus celebrate, and that is that Lord Chaitanya, on this day of Kartik Purnima, about 500 years ago, went to Vrindavan for the first time and revealed Vrindavan to be the topmost pilgrimage place for Hindus. I'll be presenting Kartik Purnima, music composition Pandit Vishwa Prakashji, and poetry written by myself.
Before the dance, I welcome our guest speaker and other speakers. To start with the main subject of befriending, I will give you some more information about the background to this project, its aim and progress to date, and how the befriending service will work. Start the slides, please. I will talk about a background to our new befriending service. How did we identify its need? What happened was, in recent years, I was seeing more and more people suffering from loneliness because they are unable to leave their homes. Those who go out can meet others, but those who are cannot, they are lonely and suffering. I wonder what the Vanik Council could do to support them. So initially, I contacted Chandrakant Bhai Shah of Mind Hero for advice on this, and he gave us some guidance for setting up a befriending service. Then the pandemic hit and delayed our plans. Just as the lockdown highlighted the need to support those who are isolated, government and local authorities added their voice to the cause of supporting the most vulnerable people. During the lockdown, we continued to discuss the feasibility of setting up a befriending service and appointed Smitaben Shah, past president of Jain Samaj in Leicester, to gather the necessary information for this. The activity progressed. Smitaben has prepared a plan which the Vanik Council has approved. We started developing this project and have now reached the stage to put it forward to you. Amara Kagzi, a student from the Demonford University of Leicester, has devised a survey questionnaire for us to identify the need for befriending service in the local communities. This has been distributed to the Vanik community in the UK. All the necessary documentation required to run the project is being prepared. We joined Befriending Networks as a member. They are helping us in setting up this service. CVS Brand is also helping us in this project. The training course for the volunteers is being finalized. Now, slide 2, please. The aims of this service is to regular social contacts to lonely adults within our community. Spiritual and religious care to people suffering long-term illness. Give support to and signpost people with mental health issues to appropriate agencies. To safeguard vulnerable adults from abuse or neglect. Slide 3, please. Who benefits from this service? The beneficiaries are whole of the Vanik community. Jain and Hindu Vaniks, which forms the part of the Vanik community, will benefit. They would, whether they are in their home or in care home, they would benefit from this. Those who are in their home would need to request to us either the person himself, herself, or their family. Those who are in care homes, the family can request for befriending service for their beloved ones, or with the permission of the care home management, we can go in and provide the service to the lonely person. Other beneficiaries are local lonely adults. These could be elderly people, even young, living with family or alone. Sick persons, those who are sick, need spiritual and religious care as well as personal care. Now, for special and religious care, for Jains and Hindu, Vanik Council is experienced in spiritual care of people in hospital. This will be extended to people in their home or in care home. Another service beneficiary will be people who are mentally ill. We have trained 2 people in mental health first aid. These people are can give service to the mentally ill people. They can direct them to right agency to get their treatment done. What next? We are training our volunteers. We have already registered quite a few volunteers. We will be training them. We are setting up the administration system, and we expect to start the service by January 2022. Next slide, please. Befriending service is coming to you. I ask you to please come forward to become a volunteer, or if you cannot, but all of us can pass this information who may need this service and ask them to contact us. We will update you with our progress. I am asking you to fill the survey questionnaire form that have been sent to you earlier and will be circulated again. You have enjoyed the dance of Janki Mehta. Now you will enjoy the music by Rajiv and Vedaji. I ask you to stay with us till the end to enjoy the grand finale, which is arranged right at the end of the program. Thank you very much for listening to me.
My name is Purnima Mehta, and I am secretary to the Vanik Council UK. We are now going to hear some beautiful music from Veda and Rajiv ji. Both of them are very, very popular, and both of them have delivered really beautiful music to the viewers in one way or another. Over to you, Rajiv ji and Veda ji.
सब लोगों को जय जैनेंद्र बोलता हूँ मैं, और हम तरफ से नमस्ते. इट्स अ नोबल कॉज जिस कारण से हम सब यहाँ इकट्ठे हुए हैं. तो सबसे बेस्ट तो चीज़ यही है कि जैन सोशल ग्रुप एंड वानिक एसोसिएशन का प्रोग्राम है. तो मैं एक छोटे से नौकार मंत्र से शुरू करता हूँ. तो आई होप यू एक्सेप्ट एंड एंजॉय दैट. Okay, there is some, yeah, can you hear me? Okay, right. Om Namo Arihantanam. Om Namo Arihantanam. Om Namo Siddhanam. Om Namo Siddhanam. Om Namo Ayariyanam. Om Namo Ayariyanam. Om Namo Bhujayayam. Namo Loe Sahusahunam. Eso Panchan Muktaro. Eso Panchan Muktaro. Sava Pava Panasano. Sava Pava Panasano. Mangalanam Chas Sauvesim. Mangalanam Chas Sauvesim. परमं मुहावै मंगलम, परमं मुहावै मंगलम। आप सबको जय जनेंद्र। अब हम आज का जो थीम सॉन्ग है वो है दिवाली का। सब लोगों को हैप्पी दिवाली एंड हैप्पी न्यू ईयर सब लोगों को। और व्हाट्स दैट पासवर्ड, जस्ट अ सेकंड। सो आई होप यू कैन एंजॉय दिस। तो दिवाली का भी हो जाएगा और जो ये थीम है दोस्ती का, उसके ऊपर हम कुछ कुछ गाने आपको सुनाएंगे। होप यू एंजॉय दिस। जोत से जोत। ओके, कैन यू हियर द म्यूजिक नाउ? ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो।
राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, सबको गले से लगाते चलो,
प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो।
जिसका न कोई संगी साथी, ईश्वर है रखवाला, जो निर्धन है जो निर्बल है, वो है प्रभु का प्यारा। प्यार के मोती, प्यार के मोती लुटाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो।
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। सारे जग के कण कण में है दिव्य अमर एक आत्मा, एक ब्रह्म है एक सत्य है, एक ही है परमात्मा। प्राण से प्राण मिलाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो,
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो,
प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो।
अनिल चौहान कराओके, कराओके जगत में आपका पसंदीदा चैनल संगीत सीख।
Thank you everyone. Namaskar, and it's a pleasure to be with you all again. And if there's any problem with the sound, please forgive us. We're trying our best here.
We're going to do the next song, which is a song for the Dosti theme, and hope you enjoy this one.
Purnima Behan, is it okay?
You carry on.
Yes, Vedaji, carry on.
Thank you.
Yeah, got it. It's all right. It's all right. तेरे जैसा यार कहाँ ऐसा याराना, याद करेगी दुनिया तेरा मेरा अफसाना।
तेरे जैसा यार कहाँ ऐसा याराना, याद करेगी दुनिया तेरा मेरा अफसाना।
मेरी जिंदगी सवारी मुझको गले लगा के बैठा दिया फलक पे मुझे खाक से उठा के।
मेरी जिंदगी सवारी मुझको गले लगा के बैठा दिया फलक पे मुझे खाक के उठा के।
यारा तेरी यारी को मैंने तो खुदा माना, याद करेगी दुनिया तेरा मेरा अफसाना। जाए तेरे बिना हो जीना ये दिन कभी ना आए।
मेरे दिल की ये दुआ है कभी दूर तो न जाए तेरे बिना हो जीना वो दिन कभी ना आए।
तेरे संग जीना यहाँ
तेरे संग मर जाना
याद करेगी दुनिया
तेरा मेरा अफसाना।
तेरे जैसा यार
कहाँ ऐसा याराना, याद करेगी दुनिया तेरा मेरा अफसाना। Thank you.
Thank you very much. Purnima ji, there's time for.
Thank you, Rajiv ji and Veda ji. We'll carry on with the next slot on our program and we'll bring you back again soon. Thank you for those wonderful songs based on the friendship theme and befriending theme. If we move on from now, next slot on our program is a talk from Diane Claridge, who is a development officer at the Befriending Networks. Befriending Networks UK is an organization that supports organizations like us to provide befriending services. and Vanik Council have recently become a member of the Befriending networks. So let's hear from Diane Claridge.
Hello, my name is Diane Claridge from Befriending Networks. Thank you for asking me to talk about befriending today, as Vanik Council launches its own befriending service this week. So people ask, what is befriending? The dictionary definition is to act as or become a friend to someone, especially when they're in need of help or support. But befriending is so much more than that. It offers a supportive, caring relationship by matching people who would otherwise be socially isolated with volunteer befrienders. Around the UK, there are hundreds of befriending projects which organise effective support for a wide range of people. We support over 370 such projects who in turn support over 80,000 individuals. The positive benefits of befriending are immense. It can provide people with a new direction in life, open up a range of activities, and often leads to increased self-esteem and self-confidence. Befriending can also reduce the burden on other services or family members who people often turn to as they seek social contact. Befriending can be short-term to help people get through a particular issue or event in their lives, such as moving home, bereavement, or becoming a carer. It can help people through transition times, such as after an illness or when retiring, when they might need a bit of support to find their feet and get back out into the community. Or it may be longer term, and sometimes true friendships can develop through befriending. Many people describe befriending as a lifeline, and these are not just the people being supported, but also the volunteers. Volunteering as a befriender has so many benefits. Meeting new people, having a purpose, and knowing that you're making a difference, as well as learning new skills, and most importantly, having some fun and brightening up someone else's life, which in turn gives quality and meaning to your own life. Befriending Networks would now like to congratulate everyone involved at Vanik Council in the launch of your befriending service, and we know that it will be a valuable addition to the many services which you currently offer. If you'd like a befriender, or if you think you would be able to make a difference to someone else's life, get in touch with Panima or Manhar at Vanik Council. I'm going to end now with a short video made for Befriending Week by our members to give you an idea of what the true essence of befriending is. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Diane, for that wonderful support for befriending. We will now hear from Councillor Krupesh Hirani, the newly elected London Assembly member for Brent and Harrow. He will say a few words on the Vanik Council befriending project.
My name is Krupesh Hirani and I'm the London Assembly member for Brent and Harrow. And I would like to thank everyone at Vanik Council UK for all of the hard work that you do supporting the community. And while we are in the festive period, I'd like to wish you and your family a happy Diwali. I'm delighted to see you launch this befriending service. Other charities such as Age UK and charities in the UK and all around the world have a befriending service. And the evidence on loneliness, the impact that it has on health outcomes for people all across the world is growing. And it's great to see that Vanik Council UK have also recognised this and are providing that culturally appropriate service to people in the community. Many of our communities came over to the UK in the 70s and 80s. And now we are experiencing the need for social care services and befriending services. So it's great that Vanik Council UK have recognised this and are meeting this need. I'd like to thank you once again for setting up this service and also offer my support to help make sure that you can do the work that you do and carry on all that positive work in the community.
Thank you very much for that encouragement and support, Krupesh Hirani. I would now like to welcome Dilip Bhai Mithani, President of Navnat Vanik Association, to say a few words. Over to you, Dilip Bhai.
Everybody, Jai Janendra and Jai Shri Krishna. My name is Dilip Vithalji Mithani, and I'm the president of Navnat Vanik Association. During this festival visit, we all had a very good time as so for Diwali. So I wish you all a very happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year. What is befriending? First of all, I must say this is a brilliant idea. First time when I was told about it, I was really excited, especially during this COVID. After this COVID, we have lost many friends. We have become suspicious of everybody. We have stopped hugging. We stopped shaking hands. We want to shake a hand. We have to ask whether you want to shake a hand or you. All this has made us a little bit different people, and especially people who are elderly, lonely. For them, this is the best service you can have. You will have your friends back. You will have more friends. You must register. You must contact. This is really very good for all ages. It's not only elderly, young people, single, anybody who is experiencing loneliness. It is seriously very important. They have got a range of activities, range of things we can do. I know of elderly people who have problems trying to explain to their doctors, to their, okay, what is the illness they have, what problems they have. Either they don't speak fluent English or they are just afraid. This is where we can help. We have got doctors who speak Gujarati, who speak all different languages. We can bring these people to you. You can explain to them. All this will happen to all lonely people, elderly people who do not have help from there. I know of many people like that. Also, I know many people who are living alone in their houses. And when they enter the house, they tell me, they have come to me, they said, when I enter the house, I just want to go upstairs and go to sleep. I don't want to watch TV, nothing, because I think of my past life and I think of my friends and I think and they're not at home, my children. And this is also another thing that we can arrange to people to come and visit you and talk to you and become friends. So you don't have to spend every night lonely alone. So really, it's a brilliant idea, is a very good service. It will help all the people, all the type of people, all the illness, even mental health. Also, we do spiritual and religious, programs, and also can provide services. So there are many things. All you have to do is just one phone call away. Contact us. If you cannot contact, ask your family to contact us, and we will be there. So thank you very much. Please join. Jai Janendra, and also volunteers, please come forward. That is more important. We need volunteers as well to provide this service fully. So please, all the volunteers, I request that you call us. Thank you very much. Jai Janendra and Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you very much, Dilip Bhai. You're right in saying we need as many volunteers as we can. Thank you for that appeal. Anybody interested in becoming volunteers, please call Manhar Bhai Mehta, whose phone number has been put on chat. And you can also call me or message me at the secretary at vanikcouncil.uk. If I can now welcome Dr. Natubhai Shah, Chairman of Jain Network. Over to you, Natubhai.
Message from Dr. Natubhai Shah. Jai Jinendra and Jai Shri Krishna. Human beings live in families and societies. They observe social customs, norms, rituals, and bring people together. Because of erosion of joint families, generation gap, bereavement, and modern way of life, many elderly people become lonely and depressed. They require someone to talk and some sort of activities. Befriending services started by some charities and organizations will help such individuals to reduce their loneliness, depression, and anxiety. Befriendly services offer supportive, reliable relationship through volunteer befrienders to people who would otherwise be socially isolated. Many older people living in their own homes can become isolated and lonely, but with a regular weekly visit, perhaps to read the paper, to a visually impaired person, to play cards, or accompany member with their grocery shop, our befriendly services can help prevent this from happening. What service does a befriender provide? Befrienders visit the homes of the elderly people on a regular basis at a time that is convenient to both the volunteer and person concerned. Visits are arranged as convenient to both the parties. A typical visit could include a sit down with a cup of tea and snacks, followed by a chat about person's lives, or maybe you will chat while persons concerned plays the cards. The content of the visit is entirely to the person concerned. The befriender will always provide a listening ear. He or she can also signpost to other support services if needed. Why choose befriending? Befriending can be a vital link between the person concerned, yourself, and outside world. Maybe patient just fancies that someone new to chat to, and the feeling of knowing that you can expect a weekly visit from a befriender helps a patient. And these people look forward for a visit of befriender, and once a befriender is there, they become cheerful for some time, and then depression goes away. The results of befriendly services can be very significant. Befriending often provides people with a new direction of life, opens up a range of activities, and leads to increased self-esteem, self-confidence, and reduces loneliness and depression. Befriendly services can also reduce the burden on other services such as NHS and social services, which people may use inappropriately as they seek social contact. Vanik Council and the Jain Network are planning these services to any elderly people who needs it. At the moment, the services are free, but cost of the services can be made by donations from the communities or grants. Anyone can refer an elderly person to the services, family members, GPs, health visitors, nurses, or even a next door neighbor. Just ensure that one has the permission of the person being referred. Volunteers for befriendly services will be selected with protocol decided by Vanik Council or the Jain Network. They will be given appropriate training, and they will sign document to observe both organizations' policies and procedures. We will make sure that they are caring nature, non-judgmental, respectful, and good listening skills, reliable will maintain confidentiality and have good communication skills. These people, in many charities, when they visit home, people feel really confident and they look forward for it. Please support this much needed services in our community, started by Vanik Council and the Jain Network. For further information, please contact the management of both these organizations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Natubhai Shah. Let's move on to some music from Vedaji and Rajiv ji. As I have already said, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. As I have already said, that both our singers today are very talented and popular, and they have both acclaimed heights as artists in their own rights. Rajiv ji has won International Antakshari on ZTV, while Veda ji has worked with well-known singers internationally. So over to you both.
Thank you. Thank you, Purnima Ben. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that. Here we go. Start.
एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है। La 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 la, la 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 la, कुछ पाकर खोना है, कुछ खोकर पाना है। जीवन का मतलब तो आना और जाना है। दो पल के जीवन से एक उम्र चुरानी है।
जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है।
Beautiful song dedicated to all of you, lovely listeners.
तू धार है नदिया की, मैं तेरा किनारा हूँ।
तू मेरा सहारा है, मैं तेरा सहारा हूँ।
आँखों में समंदर है, आशाओं का पानी है।
जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी
कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है।
La 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 la. La 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 la.
तूफान तो आना है, आकर चल जाना है, बादल है ये कुछ पल का, छाकर ढल जाना है।
परछाइयाँ रह जाती निशानी है।
जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है।
एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है।
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, we're going to do another song which has got a very similar meaning, and that song is जीना इसी का नाम है। Ladies and gentlemen, ये गाना आप सब लोग को मजा आएगी सुनने में भी और गाने में भी, तो अपने घर में बैठ के गाइए हमारे साथ। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी की वास्ते हो मेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यारो दिल के हम अमीर हैं। माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यारो दिल के हम अमीर हैं। मिटे जो प्यार के लिए वो जिंदगी, जले बहार के लिए वो जिंदगी, किसी को हो न हो हमें है एतबार, जीना इसी का नाम है। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। कि मर के भी किसी को याद आएंगे, किसी के आंसुओं में मुस्कुराएंगे, कहेगा फूल हर कली से बार बार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। थैंक यू, आई होप
Thank you.
एंजॉयड दैट। आपके जो आज का जो थीम है उसी के लिए ये गाना था कि आप लोग इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, सब लोग जो वल्नरेबल लोग हैं उन लोगों को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, उनको साथ दे रहे हैं, उन लोगों का हेल्प कर रहे हैं, जीना इसी का ही नाम है। तो बहुत बहुत आप लोगों सब लोगों को कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस एंड बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको। और पूर्णिमा जी, आप पुटिंग इट बैक टू यू, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you very much, Rajiv ji and Veda ji. Look forward to hearing more melodious numbers. But for the time being, we'll move along. And next, we have got Datta Shah speaking on her experiences as a befriender. So over to you, Datta Ben.
Datta, my heartfelt namaste and Jai Jinendra to all of you. I am thankful to Vanik Council UK for giving me this opportunity to share my experience regarding befriending with you. I would first like to share my past in short before I went for befriending. I was diagnosed with bladder cancer in 2005. I and my family were shattered by this news. I went through elaborate treatment and operation through NHS in Birmingham. During my treatment, I was introduced to Cancer Support Center. I was offered various supplementary therapies there, and they were of great help to my mental, emotional, and physical health. On recovery, I thought I should certainly give back something. So I started volunteering there on receiving volunteers training course from there. I was working on the reception desk there, welcoming cancer patients who were called actually clients and not patients, and making them feel comfortable. After my husband passed away, I moved to London to be closer to my children. I wanted to continue volunteering, and I was introduced to Cherry Lodge Cancer Center in Barnet. I was advised to work as a befriender there. I had to do a befriending course there. I found this course very interesting and satisfying. We were trained to be friendly with the cancer patient who felt very lonely. Although we were to be friendly, we should not ask any personal matter, and we should not share our personal matter with the patient. If the patient wants to share anything personal, we should just listen to it patiently without commenting or getting involved. We should make the patient feel at ease and comfortable. Everything that the patient shared with us had to be strictly confidential. Sometimes if the patient asks to go for a short walk or wants to go for a coffee with you, you may take the liberty once in a while using your discretion. Using your discretion. I'm sorry about that. That was some disturbance here. Everything that go for short walk or to our discretion. The volunteer coordinator meets the patient to find out his or her needs first, and then would match with us the patient, judging our personalities. We were expected to see the patient once a week and be prepared to spend about an hour. We were expected to make note of the meeting time and date. If there was any problem, we should discuss that with the volunteer coordinator. We were befriending cancer patients only, as Cherry Lodge is Cancer Support Center. I befriended one patient almost for a year. I was first introduced to the patient by our volunteer coordinator in her presence. When we went to visit her for introduction, I made sure that I was totally at ease and relaxed. My tone while talking to the patient was very friendly and easy. The patient indicated to the coordinator that she would be very happy to be befriended by me. I made an appointment to meet her the following week. I visited her with friendly attitude. I made sure that she was absolutely comfortable to talk to me. I think I just started telling her that that her residential place was very good and easily accessible. Parking was no problem, etc. She then started chatting quite comfortably. We then started talking about our interests and interesting TV programs. As the visits carried on, she was opening up very well. She started telling me about her past, her illness, and many more things. I felt I was learning a lot through her experiences. I personally never asked about her personal matter. Whatever she shared, I just listened to it without being judgmental and with friendly attitude. We did develop a kind of closeness, but I made sure due to my training that I am befriending her, but she is not my friend, or I am not her friend. After she passed away, that befriending came to an end. I found it very satisfying, and I feel I learned a lot from her. I did not go for another patient due to the pandemic and lockdown. Cherry Lodge Cancer Center is not totally open yet for therapies in person. I would say befriending is a very helpful service to the society at large for befriendee and befriender. During this pandemic, many people feel very lonely and depressed. They certainly can be helped by this service very well. Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Namaste. Back to you, Purnima Ben.
Thank you very much for that very interesting information, Datta Ben. You made it sound so easy when you were talking about what you were talking with your befriendee. To me, it occurred like it was a normal chat. It wasn't anything you need any training for. But we do need training, and we do have procedures and policies that we will need to follow, which we will put in place. But listening to you, it was like you were chatting to a friend, and that is exactly what you are doing. So that was very, very informative, and thank you for that. We just heard from Datta Ben about her experience of being a befriender. We will now hear from Dhruti, who will talk about how her mother received befriending service. But before I hand over to Dhruti, I would like to let you know that Smita Ben Shah, who is a past president of Jain Samaj Europe, will take over the comparing from here on. So first, over to Dhruti, and then once Dhruti has finished, Zoom team, can you please spot Smita Ben to take over? Thank you.
Namaste, Jai Jinendra, Nutan Varashna Abhinandan. I would like to share the experience my mom had for her care. Whether you call it carers, helpers, or friends, it's the same. The benefit my mom got from the care she had from the helpers were immense. Social interaction, going out for a walk, she felt safe with somebody with her. She got to continue doing things she enjoyed, for example, cooking. With the help and somebody being around her, she felt more confident and she was able to continue with doing things. Going to the local shops, which she would not have done on her own. Things like playing games, like cards, word search, painting, this kept her mind very active. She also got to be physically active by doing yoga, exercise, things like that. To conclude, the benefit she got was social, mental, and physical. And all of this was due to having a helper. In a nutshell, I think anybody who could get some help from outside would really benefit when they're lonely or not being able to do things themselves. I can't emphasize how helpful it was. I thank the management for giving me the opportunity to share my experience. Thank you.
Personal experiences go a long way. Good evening, everyone. Punina Ben, thank you for passing the mantle to me for the second half. My name is Smita. I always tell people that keep smiling and you won't forget my name. That's what it means. So without further ado, we have Christine Wellington with us live this evening, and it's lovely to have your presence, Christine, on a Sunday evening. The evening so far from your comments is going fantastic. The musicians were Rajivji and Vedaji, wonderful soothing music. So Christine is Chief Executive CEO of Brent CVS, the voluntary council, and she sort of looks after the charity sector. And Christine has been extremely helpful from day one since Vanik Council has been planning this befriending service. So we're really grateful to you, Christine. Over to you before I say anything more. So
thank you so much. May I share my screen with you, please? Thank you so much. So I'm just going to, if my slides allow me to. This is CVS Brent, and it was a pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure to be here, to salute you, greet you, and celebrate your launch event with so many visitors. I was told about the Befriending scheme on the 29th of July with such energy and passion and opportunity to make a change as we stepped out of lockdown. Mr. Mehta met me at the CVS Brent office and conveyed the importance of befriending. For many people are slowly merging from lockdown and the restrictions of the last 16 months of the pandemic carefully. And we have a range of organizations who've always taken part in befriending. I don't know if colleagues on the call have heard of the Posh Club. The Posh Club is an entity that brings people together in different parts of, different walks of life, celebrating, getting together, eating, generating music and entertainment with each other. And I was asked, can I think of a befriending group? And I thought, yeah, the Posh Club, very much about people dressing up, getting together and celebrating being together. So that's one example. But I was really moved to hear about this idea that came from the community about celebrating and coming together. So not only did I want to come and congratulate you, CVS Brent, as you've shared, is the umbrella agency that looks after local charities in Brent. And we aim to strengthen the internal systems of organizations and overall help organizations to improve the life of residents in Brent. So I've only got a minute to share with you. But what I want to offer Vanik Council as you're on this journey to support people to befriend each other is to share what I can do. So one thing that I came into Brent, just recently came into Brent when I met you, and I want to offer you support to strengthen your organization. One of the issues that's going to emerge when we're taking part in befriending is we're going to find, as I heard on the call earlier, people with additional needs. So my offer to you is I can offer you free of charge safeguarding awareness. Safeguarding is about protecting adults and children and young people from risk and harm. and abuse. And I'd be quite happy to voluntarily give you that as a gift. The council, the befrienders, the people receiving the support, just to make sure everybody's feeling safe and protected. I'm happy to offer you that as a gift. It's really important that we have a whole range of systems in place. I've put here our Uplift program, and our Uplift program is all about helping organizations to start up, build up, and to make sure you improve how you record and report your results and grow bigger. We'll look at the number of people on the call today. You've got so much interest. How do we maintain this momentum? How do we keep people engaged? How do we keep meeting each other, greeting each other? And how do we make sure we keep the time to support each other? So all of these factors are very, very important. So in my roundup, I'm just going to share with you one acronym, and I'm a woman who loves acronym. I'm here to help you. The CVS Brent team are behind you. Sally, Avni, Daksha, Steve, Verona, and Catherine, we're all here behind you, as well as the board. And we want you to meet, stay motivated, stay engaged, stay educated, and take the time to grow a strong organization. That's my message to you. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm here to support you. As I say, take my safeguarding offer. I do work on a Sunday. The only day I don't work is on a Saturday. So I welcome having time to support you. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Christine. The energy, the support, I feel we can't wait. Gosh, the offer you and the value, we value it so much. And as you rightly observed and said, the interest out there, the positivity, the comments on the chat, all the speakers who've said the need for it. So it won't be long before we take you up on all your lovely gifts that you've offered us. Once again, thank you so much. And do stay with us for the formal vote of thanks as well, please. And do thank your whole team back at CVS, all the names you've mentioned. We value their input as well. So to continue, Rajivji, Vedaji, are you ready? I just feel I don't want to talk, I want to listen. It's fabulous, so soothing. Over to you guys.
Let's have a bit of dancing and peppy music, ladies and gentlemen, because the theme is such a great one. Everyone is has got a lot of energy to help each other. So here we go. We want to say to everybody, "Aja, aja, hum tumhare pyar karenge." Here we go.
And please do get up and dance if you can.
आजा आजा मैं हूँ प्यार तेरा अल्लाह अल्लाह इनकार तेरा ओ आजा 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 मैं हूँ प्यार तेरा अल्लाह अल्लाह इनकार तेरा ओ आजा 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 आजा
I miss seeing Rajiv on the stage now. He would have danced.
तुम पे हजारों की आंखें चाहिए तुमको सहारा, ओ पलकों पे आओ छुपा लो, नाजुक तन है तुम्हारा, ओ आजा 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 आजा, मैं हूँ प्यार तेरा, अल्लाह अल्लाह इनकार तेरा, ओ आजा 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 आजा
मेरा ख्याल तुझे है, मैंने अभी यही जाना, सच्चा है प्यार के झूठा, ये है मुझे आजमाना, ओ आजा 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 आजा, देखो प्यार तेरा, अल्लाह अल्लाह इनकार तेरा, ओ आजा 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 आजा।
रखना था दिल पे हमारे, हाथ छुड़ा के चली हो,
जी हाँ जरा ये भी कही, आग लगा के चली हो, आजा 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 आजा
आजा आजा, मैं हूँ प्यार तेरा, अल्लाह अल्लाह इनकार तेरा,
ओ आजा 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 आजा। Beautiful song. I hope you did get up and do a little bit of dancing for us.
Ina mina dika, daida manika, makana kanaka, chika pika rika, ina mina dika dika daida manika, makana chika pika rola rika, ram pam poch. दिल पे चू है कोई लेने वाला, ऐसे वैसे को नहीं देने वाला, सूरत या हंसी हो उम्र या जवा हो, कोई भी उसे देखे तो बस ये गुमा हो, यही है यही तो है वो, हीरा मीना डीका दायरा बनीका
Chica pica rica,
हीरा मीना डीका डीका दाई डमनिका makana chica pika rola rika, ram pam poch. सोचो कि सस्ता है सौदा, फल पाए लगाएगा जो पौधा। दिल की ये क्यारी बनेगी फुलवारी कि दुनिया जलेगी चलन की है मारी। हंसेगी 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 मेरी प्यारी रवीना डिका,
Rina Dika.
Daida Vanika,
Daida Vanika.
hey maka naka naka,
Naka naka naka.
hey chika pika rika,
Chika pika rika.
hey Rina Dika Dika Daida Vanika, maka naka chika pika rola rika, ram pam posh, ram pam posh. ये शर्तें तो बड़ी है जरूरी, जो कोई करेगा इन्हें पूरी। मैं खुशी खुशी उसे ये दिल दे दूंगा, कसम खा रहा हूँ कि दाम भी न लूंगा, मगर ये कहूंगा क्या यही है यही तो है वो हीरा मीरा डिका,
Rina Dika.
दाइडा वनिका,
Daida Vanika.
अरे मका नका नका,
Naka naka naka.
हे चिका पिका रिका,
Chika pika rika.
Rina Dika Dika Daida Vanika, maka naka chika pika rola rika, ram pam posh, 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 ram pam posh. Oh.
And such lovely tempo, guys. Fantastic. I just wanted to say that you don't get awards just like that. Rajiv ji has received so many awards. And when Purnima Ben said Vedaji, she has worked with Manade and also Kumar Sanu. And we can see the professionalism and the inner kind of skill that they have. It's just vibrating through to all of us. And so thank you so much, Rajivji and Vedaji. I am conscious that people, we are running slightly late, but the music is so good. And I think the evening has literally just flown by. So do bear with us because there is still good, solid, strong information and grand finale to come. So just for once, do bear with us. Next, we have Chandrakant Bhai. Manohar Bhai's already mentioned how at the very outset he's helped us. Chandrakant Bhai Shah is an ex-befriending manager who was a pharmacologist before, and he's worked for Mind for over 2 decades in Harrow. And he currently also supported and started the ECTA group. So Chandrakant Bhai, over to you.
Thank you, Smita Ben. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Jinendra. It looks like I'm been the last person on the list of speakers. So having listened to all the other speakers, it seems that quite a lot of things that I wanted to talk about has been covered. However, I have also picked up quite a few other things from the other speakers, which has also been left out. So the one main thing I would like to say as to why is this new befriending project that the Vanik Council is launching is different to so many other befriending services which has been provided both in Brent and in Harrow. So the reason why it's different is down to 2 words, which is culturally appropriate. So this befriending project, I think will be provided both in Gujarati or Hindi-speaking patients or clients. So that would be the one thing which is going to be different compared to most of the other befriending projects, services going around in both Harrow and Brent. And the main reason as to why the befriending project from the Vanik Council is going to be different is, as I said, because of language, and the other one is the culture. Because the culture, as in the customs and the traditions, are going to be very similar between the befriender and the befriendee. That is why it's going to be different. And I'm also going to just list a few benefits of befriending because most of the other speakers have already talked about what is befriending and why it's important to have this project. So the benefits of befriending is to help build one's self-confidence. That's number one. Number two is to reduce feelings of isolation and loneliness. And the third one is to help the patients to reintegrate back into the community and all the activities which take place in the community. That is very important. In my experience with befriending service for 20 years that I've worked at Mind in Harrow, I can confidently tell you that people who have had a befriending support for 6 months to 1 year have significantly improved, and in some cases, they have ended up having a lifelong friend with whom they can talk openly and with a confidentiality in place. Finally, I just would like to offer my good wishes and welcome this new befriending project offered by Vanik Council. And I'm very confident that this new service will produce very good outcomes and will make a difference to many people's lives. So Manarbhai and the team, I wish you good luck and Jai Jinendra. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandrakantbhai. Thank you so much. Your good wishes are certainly welcomed, but your expertise is what we need now. Just from what you've spotted and said, the two most important ingredients, the cultural sensitivity and the language issue. I think you've really picked two very important points, and we hope that you will certainly guide us and play an active part in making this Befriending Vanik Council scheme on ground help many people out there. Because I think from what you've said, your experience will be most valuable to shape it up. So thank you once again. Moving on, we have Neerajbhai Sutaria from Mahabir Foundation. Neerajbhai has recently been elected as the president, and it is so nice, our pleasure to welcome you, and our congratulations as well, Neerajbhai. Neerajbhai is based at Mahabir Foundation, and most of you will be aware of the very centrally located Kenton Derasar. So over to you, Neerajbhai.
Jai Jinendra, Pranam, and Jai Shri Krishna to everyone. First of all, thank you very much, Smita, to congratulate me. Thank you very much. Myself, Neeraj Sutaria, as you know now, I would like to thank first of all Manarbhai Mehta and Executive Committee of Vanik Council to give me this opportunity to speak on behalf of my foundation. My foundation is with you, Manarbhai and Vanik Council, to provide each and every support to our community, to all our Vanik Bhai and Band. My foundation will aim to provide all the religious activity, spiritual support, because our aim, if people do more religious things, do more spiritual things, they will not get into these mental health issues and loneliness. So we are all work together to provide better future for mental health and loneliness. If we understand how the importance of religious, I would definitely give assurance. My foundation, committee, my team, and my son will be with you all the time for all Sadhamik, all the Vanik Bhai Band, to provide each and every possibility to avoid this mental health and loneliness. I would like to thank once again to Vanik Council to give me this opportunity and give you the assurance that we will be work together to come out from this mental disease and loneliness. Jai Jinendra, Pranam.
Jai Jinendra, Neerajbhai, your positivity and support is most valued. To think that all the other organizations are all coming on board means that we'll be able to run with this project and help our people on ground much sooner by working in partnership. So once again, it's very young blood. We welcome you on board, Neeraj Bhai. So good luck with such a big organization that you have on your shoulders now. So moving on, we have now, I think it's myself, yes. Going back a couple of years ago, just like that, when I came across and I was recommended to do some volunteering as well. And that's when I first started doing befriending service. So I had two Asian ladies. One was disabled, and to be honest, I didn't know how to operate a wheelchair. So, and I did some shopping with her, listening to her. Of course, many of us do have children that are always not nearby. So it's not always easy for them. But as Chandrakant Bhai said, isolation, confidence, friendship. But already all of you, starting from Diane, Dilip Mitani from Navnat mentioned it. Dr. Natubai aired all those positive things that a befriending service offers. Councillor Qureshi as well, Krupesh Bhai, he mentioned it. Christine mentioned it, Dattaji mentioned and gave us a good overview. And also Dhruti with her mother. So I won't repeat all the things that people have already mentioned. But in my case, I found that from a befriender, a volunteer perspective, once a week, that less than 1 hour I offered meant so many more hours for that individual, the befriendee. Their confidence, their happiness, looking forward to it, being able to trust and develop that bond. It was just, I never realized. And what was I getting in return? As Dattaji said, we all learn. My mom used to say, we learn all the time. And yes, operating a wheelchair, but beyond that, the satisfaction, the joy, the contentment, the fulfillment. Again, all these things have been aired before by everybody. And since we're a bit time tight, I shall move on. My second case was a lady who used to go to college to learn English, ESOL, but she wanted to do computing and the basic skills. And again, that was such a positive. She really looked forward to it. Sometimes you have to be slightly careful, perhaps. And I think that Taji and others mentioned not to let your personal numbers give out because it can become a little over-reliant. But on the whole, I think the service goes such a long way in terms of the benefits. I was just making a few quick points, i.e. their world widens, their life enriches, again, all this and the safe environment once you develop the trust with them, the friendship. These have all been covered, so I'm not going to highlight it anymore. But I found once again the experience very rewarding, very rewarding. 1 hour, just under 1 hour a week. And it was with Vista, or a blind organization here in Leicester, who had this funding to do befriending as well. I just wanted to say one other thing, and Manhar Bhai has already, so I would encourage anybody, whether you are at the receiving end of wanting a service, it's confidential, there's a lot more to it. If you're unsure, just ask as we develop the service down the road. And all these organizations, whether it was Navnat, all the 32 affiliated and so many more, 25 others of Hindu councils, just let's all work together to really make a difference for people on ground and our elderly people, and not just elderly. And there's such a comprehensive package, the spiritual aspect, the mental health aspect, the befriending aspect. So it's a very holistic thing that we will be offering as we roll the program down the line. So finally, Amara was a DMU intern that we were able to hire, And most of these organizations, all of you received the questionnaire and the survey that Manharbai mentioned earlier. She very much supported and worked hard when we had our Pajushan during this 6 to 8 weeks, which was quite compact for De Montfort University as well. But it certainly helped us to progress. It's very unfortunate that she's not here today with us because she's out of town. But otherwise, for her little efforts as well, for us to have moved quickly so fast, of course, with the team as well that's there under Vanik Council looking after this particular project. But once again, Amara, thank you so much. So moving on, we have more music, I believe. Are we taking, yeah. I don't know whether we want to do the polling first. Manharbai, time-wise, Bhupenbhai?
We can go to polling direct.
Yeah, okay. So clearly, we do. It's very important that we work together and we engage you all. So the polling is very simple. We have 2 questions. Bhupenbhai will certainly tell you more, but it will be your opportunity now to really tell us what you think. So Bhupenbhai is our webmaster for Vanik Council, and he's also been a prime mover in terms of the coordinator for this particular befriending project. So over to you, Bhupenbhai, for polling.
Jai Jinendra. Today, you heard quite a lot about Vanik Council's befriending service. We have 2 important questions to ask you. We will now conduct a short poll, and you will see the questions with 2 possible answers, yes or no. So that's very simple. Depending on your device, you can give your answer by clicking or touching the correct answer, the appropriate answer. So તમારા સ્ક્રીન ઉપર હવે એક સવાલ અંગ્રેજીમાં લખેલ છે, તો તે સવાલનો તમારે જવાબ આપવાનો છે. Just bear with me whilst I put the question on. Can you all see the question?
Not yet. Yes.
That's good. Okay. Please answer the question. And the question, પહેલા હું ગુજરાતીમાં બોલીશ. તમને શું લાગે છે આ befriending service થી આપણા સમાજને ફાયદો મળી શકે કે નહીં? તમારે જવાબ હા કે નામાં આપવાનો છે. Yes or no? Thank you very much for that. That was an overwhelming yes. Well done.
Oh, fantastic.
So now the second question. તો બીજો સવાલ એ છે, તમે શું આ befriending serviceની ભલામણ આપણા સમાજના અન્ય સદસ્યોને, કુટુંબીજનોને કે મિત્રોને કરશો? હા કે ના? Yes or no? Excellent. The answer is 100% again. So these results will be shared with all the funders who will help us, give us grant to manage this service. So thank you very much, participants, for your help in this short poll. Thank you. Smita Ben, the platform is yours.
Yeah, okay. I've been able to unmute now. Thank you. I don't think I've ever seen 100% in polling results. That's absolutely fantastic. And you all were so quick on it. So as Bhupenbhai rightly said, whether it's funders, whether it's our own people, there is just such a buzz. And Rajivji also said, what a noble cause. So I can't, okay, sorry about that. Right, I'm just conscious of time. So moving on, thank you, Bhupenbhai, for that. And thank you, everyone, for voting so well. Clearly, a need, Manharbai has been very much backed and supported. So now, As I said, nothing happens by itself. There's always a pool of people who have to sweat. And this evening just shows that how much effort and energy has gone in. So Bhupenbhai is going to take us through the movers and shakers, as it were, who have helped support this Befriending Vanik Council plan and action plan so far. So we'll just go through that, Bhupenbhai. Excellent. You can see how much effort and even technically, so being in the comfort of our own home and yet trying to do things on Zoom, but it's the effort. So thank you once again, the coordinating team that we've just seen, who also work very hard within the Vanik Council, and there's still a long way to go to move this project further. So time is ticking on, and I'm so much into Rajivji and Veda's music. I don't know, where were you before? It's my first time that I've encountered you guys, and I want more and more. So we've got the grand finale coming. I'm slightly echoing, but I hope you can all hear me. So the medley is on its way, but before we do that, I'm going to pass the mantle to Bhupenbhai to give a formal vote of thanks. Bhupenbhai.
So, Jai Jinendra, I'm sure we are all waiting to hear Rajivji and Vedaji. Just bear with us whilst I make my final comments for this evening. I'm sure you all enjoyed the program today. Today, you learned quite a lot about befriending service that we are launching or providing or anticipating to provide in the near future. And your support is most welcome. Today, you all heard some very supportive speeches from our community leaders, and you heard the experience of a befriender and a befriendee. What could be more convincing statement than that to start a first ever befriending service for our Vanik community? The message was loud and clear. Our survey has also confirmed that there is a need in our community for this service. The number of people who are lonely, mentally ill, and wanting to talk to someone, especially after COVID-19, is greater than ever before. We already have some interested volunteers who are willing to be trained as befrienders. More are welcome. Your challenge is now to come forward if you wish to benefit or know of someone who can benefit from this service. I would sincerely like to thank all of you for joining this program in such great numbers. You have been a wonderful audience. Our special thanks also go to all the speakers, our entertaining singers, Rajiv Sharmaji and Vedaji with their melodious voice, Janki Mehta for her diva dance, and thanking you all for making such a success of this event. Thanks to all the coordinators of this event, whose photos you just saw. Also, special thanks to Navnat Vanik Association UK and their wonderful Zoom team, led by Arvindbhai Mehta, for giving us the Zoom platform to relay this program. Thanks to Kevin Bhai Mitani, who created the beautiful poster that we were able to send out to you all as by way of invitation. And thank you to all the volunteers who helped to make the event educational and entertaining. We all wish you a prosperous new year. Be safe and happy, and keep your device on as we have some more entertainment from Rajiv ji and Vedaji. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just wanted to check that we can do 2 songs or 3 songs, 2 songs perhaps, and then if you time have one more, then we'll do one more. So, ye gana aapke liye hai. I hope you enjoy this one. Very, very special to myself. Here we go. I like to dedicate this song for all of you all for doing such a great service. So this song is for you and you alone. Thank you.
मैं हूँ झुम 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 झुमरू पकड़ घुमरू बच्चे घुमरू में ये प्यार का गीत सुनाता चला। मंजिल पे मेरी नजर में दुनिया से बेखबर बीती बातों पे धूल उड़ाता चला। मैं हूँ झुम 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 झुमरू पकड़ घुमरू बन के घुमरू में ये प्यार का गीत सुनाता चला। मंजिल पे मेरी नजर में दुनिया से बेखबर बीती बातों पे धूल उड़ाता चला। यूरडे बगालू का मजा यूरडे बगालू का मजा यूरडे। मैं हूँ झुम 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 झुमरू पकड़ घुमरू बन के घुमरू साथ में हम सफर न कोई कारवां। भोला भाला सीधा साधा लेकिन दिल का हुसैन ज्यादा है ये मेरी जमीन ये मेरा आसमां। यूरडे बगालू का बगा यूरडे बगालू का बगा यूरडे। मैं हूँ झुम 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 झुमरू पकड़ घुमरू बन के घुमरू प्यार सीने में है हर किसी के लिए। मुझको प्यारा हर इंसान दिल वालों पे हो कुर्बान जिंदगी है मेरी जिंदगी के लिए। ओडे 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 ओडे। मैं हूँ झुम 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 झुमरू पकड़ घुमरू बन के घुमरू में ये प्यार का गीत सुनाता चला। मंजिल पे मेरी नजर में दुनिया से बेखबर बीती बातों पे धूल उड़ाता चला। इडली ओडली ओ ओडली ओडली ओ ओडली इडली ओ ओडली इडली ओ इडली ओडली ओ ओडली इडली ओ इडली ओडली ओ ओडली इडली ओ ओडी इडली ओडली ओ ओडी ओडली ओडली ओडी इडली ओडली ओ ओडी ओडली ओडली ओ ओ ओ ओ ए ए ए इडली ओडली ओ ओडली इडली ओ इडली ओडली ओ ओडली इडली ओ आ ओडले
the best to all of you.
मेरी जीत तेरी हार मेरी हार सुन ऐ मेरे यार
तेरा गम मेरी जान तेरी जान ऐसा अपना प्यार
जान पे भी खेलेंगे
तेरे लिए ले लेंगे
जान पे भी खेलेंगे तेरे लिए ले लेंगे
सबसे दुश्मनी ये दोस्ती
हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे लोगों को आते हैं तो मगर हम मगर देखो तो नहीं
अरे हो जुदा या खफाए खुदा है दुआ ऐसा हो नहीं
खाना पीना साथ है
मरना जीना साथ है
खाना पीना साथ है मरना जीना साथ है सारी जिंदगी
ये दोस्ती
हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना
छोड़ेंगे तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे
तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे
तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे
तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे
Okay, this is for Navnat. We will always be there supporting you. We hope that soon we'll be on the stage there and we'll be seeing you face to face doing a show for you all. It'll be a
हमारी
pleasure.
दोस्ती कभी न टूटे और ये जो आपने जो अभियान उठाया है फ्रेंडशिप का और बीफ्रेंडिंग का ये चलता रहे कारवा चलता रहे और सब लोग साथ में मिलकर खाए पिए खुश रहें और एक दूसरे का साथ दें Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that and we have an short over time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. All the very best.
Veda ji and Rajiv ji, we won't forget your dosti either. हमारी आप लोगों के साथ दोस्ती बहुत पक्की हो जाए वो हम भी सोचते हैं ठीक है ना We could have gone on. There are so many people still with us. It's a working day tomorrow. Sorry we had to rush a little bit, but it's been a most memorable evening. So many positive messages and people have enjoyed on the chat as well for you too. So thank you once again. And everyone else, thanks for bearing with us. We were just a little bit over time. So we appreciate it's Monday and working day tomorrow. A very happy new year to all of you from Vanik Council. And once again, let's all work together, the volunteers, the Befriending and all the organizations to move this project further. So once again, thank you. Shubh Ratri. Puniban, did you want to come in?
Thank you very much, Smita Ben. You have said everything. So good night all, and thanks for joining. Jai Jinendra and Jai Shri Krishna.